Good morning. I wanted to let y'all know, welcome to PinkyMa's kitchen. And I'm trying something this morning, hopefully that it's going to work. And I know people don't know that I'm going on YouTube, but I'm going on YouTube and our Facebook page. So welcome to YouTube, PinkyMa's kitchen, and in just a few minutes I'll be turning on the other monitor for Facebook. So I didn't know if it's going to work or not, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all I'm making cabbage soup this morning, and then I will be going giving you step-by-step instructions on how to make the cabbage soup that I make. So I hope that y'all are doing well. I hope that we have some people come on. Let me see if I can see anybody. Oh, good morning, Donna McLean. Good morning. I'm trying to get on YouTube so you YouTube followers can follow us too. So this is a new thing I'm doing this morning. So bear with me. You may have duplicate speaking because I'm going to be trying to simultaneously video on our other page and YouTube at the same time. So if it works, that would be great. Colette Thompson, Lisa Hall. Now, Lisa, I know you usually follow us on Facebook. That's okay. I'm going to be doing it on both this morning. So it's not quite 10. Let's see. It likes about 2 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and turn Facebook on. And then I'm warming up my boiler. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get it both started. Good morning, everyone. On our Facebook page is PinkyMa's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. And then on our YouTube, welcome to YouTube. This is on PinkyMa's Kitchen is our YouTube channel. So if you have friends that can't get on Facebook, tell them about our YouTube channel, which is PinkyMa's Kitchen. So I'm going to try the video on both this morning, see how well it does. I am making, I think it's about 1 more minute to 10. Hello, Lee, Holt, Sharon, Crowder, Susan. I seen you on Nancy's Facebook page last night. And Diane Braddock and Darlene Thompson. And let's see who's on YouTube. Lisa Hall. There's several that is watching us on YouTube. So hopefully that it's going to work. When I decided to do this, I didn't even call Linda and tell her what I was doing. But and then whenever I started calling, I got 2 phones here and both of them are tied up, so I couldn't call you. So I'm sorry, Linda, I did not tell you, but I am actually filming on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to see if it's going to work. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm heating up my pot now. I've got it heated up, and I'm going to, I'm making cabbage soup this morning, in case y'all wondering. The recipe is on our members page. And on my recipe, it says 2 tablespoons of olive oil or some kind of vegetable oil. So I'm not even going to measure this. I'm just going to put it in here. And when I was chopping up my vegetables, I tried to chop up my vegetables ahead of time so that it wouldn't take up so much of y'all's time. So I have got 1 large onion chopped. I have got I probably did about a half of the yellow bell pepper, about 1/4 of the green, half of the orange, and these were small bell peppers. But I chopped about average a half of each one of those, and an onion, and I chopped 3 carrots in little small, very, very small pieces. I'm going to saute that in my boiler here. And biggest reason I'm doing this is so those carrots can cook a little bit, and also so that it'll cook faster. if I cook it a little bit, I've got this on medium temperature, but I'm gonna stir it around with that olive oil in there and let it cook. I want those onions and carrots and bell peppers to cook a little bit. And I am going, I didn't put this on the members page, but I'm going to put this seasons blend. I am going to put this in here because it has onions, celery, red peppers, green peppers, and parsley flakes. The reason I'm putting this in here is because I didn't want to buy a whole package of celery. Every time I buy celery, I don't use but 1 or 2 stalks, and the rest of it, I just don't use celery that much. So that's the reason I'm adding this. This soup has got a lot of onions in it, but that's part of the recipe. And I don't, if any of y'all have ever tried the diet cabbage soup recipe, it's similar to this, except it doesn't, if I remember correctly, because I did the diet cabbage soup one time to lose weight, and I did lose weight on it. But you have to eat it 3 times a day. And I did that for a week, and I got tired of it. But I'll tell you what, it is good. It really, really tastes good. But if I remember correctly, I did not put carrots in it. And another thing that I did was I used a lot more peppers, and different kinds of peppers, jalapeno peppers, and all kinds of peppers. But I didn't want that much pepper in this because I know what it does to your body. So I couldn't handle that much spice. All right, I put that blended mix in there just then. I put it in the microwave and tried to warm it up some, but it's still cold. So I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit because it cooled off my pan. I didn't intend on making such a large pot because it's raining here. I mean, it's raining hard. And I forgot to tell y'all, my sister is watching, but it was too bad of weather for her to come out. We had planned last week for her to be with me today on cooking, but it is raining so hard out there, and we live 55 miles apart from one another, and so it's just too dangerous. You know, used to, weather did not affect me at all. I would get out in any kind of weather and drive. But here recently, I'm just a little more cautious about getting out in certain types of weather, and rain is one of them. I'm just too nervous to do that, and Linda is too. Linda's always been more cautious about getting in the weather than I am, but it's just not good. You know what? When you're nervous about something and uneasy about getting behind the steering wheel or getting on the road, it's best not to get on the road. So I'm trying to listen to logic, and Linda is too. So it depending on the weather, but if it's still raining tomorrow, she'll probably be cooking by herself. But that's just what we have to do to keep this thing going, is just whatever that we need to do, that's what we're going to do. So anyway, I'm trying to cook these. It takes longer to cook those carrots, and I was trying to get this soup done in the period that I was on video. But if for some reason that they're not, then I'll have to come back on air and tell y'all and show you the finished product. If y'all could taste it, it'd be one thing, but y'all not going to be able to taste it anyway. It'd be great if we had smell-o-vision. But anyway, I want to get those onions sauteed some, at least some. And I've already made my pan of cornbread. Because when I eat soup, I want cornbread. And I made a thin pan today because I don't eat much bread. Chuck don't eat much bread. And it's raining, and I won't be able to deliver this food today. So I will put it up and give, and take some to church with me tomorrow night. But I just, not going to do that right now. Now I am going to put a whole can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. And I haven't opened this. I'm going to open this one. This is a can of crushed tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes. And I'm going to open this. I hope y'all doesn't have bad weather. The weather here, I don't consider it bad, except it's just raining. I mean, it is raining, raining, raining. I went and stood on the porch a while ago, and the water, I live at the bottom of the hill, and the water is just gushing down that hill. That's how much rain we're getting. The last time that I can remember that it rained this hard and fast, I had some new neighbors that had dug into the hill and made a place to put them. It's their second home. They live somewhere else, but they cut down the hill and made them a place to park their mobile home. And it's fixed now, but they had just done that, and it come this big hard rain, and it rained down that hill, and all that red dirt flooded my yard, front and back. I mean, it was flooded. And I ran out the house, and Chuck did too, and we thought, what are we going to do? This is just terrible. Well, he put rocks. The whole side of that hill is rocks on his property now. That, and then Chuck built a dam on our property line. He built a dam and redirected it so it does not go in my yard now. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to turn this burner up just a little bit. I am going to put, this is 4 cups of broth, beef broth. I'm going to put a little bit of water in that. This is probably a cup of water that I put in there. Now I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic and parsley. Garlic and parsley. That's 1 teaspoon. You know what? I think I'm going to put 2. You know, this is a big pot. I didn't really intend on it being this much soup. And I'm not through with it either. The recipe calls for oregano, and I guess I didn't have none. So I'm using Italian seasoning. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning in it. I'm gonna put some black pepper, and I'm not gonna measure this black pepper. I'm just gonna put it in here. And I'm gonna put some garlic, just garlic powder in here, about a teaspoon. And I'm going to put a package of Lipton soup mix, a package of Lipton soup mix. I may have to put some more broth in here. I gotta get all these seasonings and spices in here cooking and boiling before I add the cabbage. So I'm going to, it'll take a few minutes. Y'all know that I've got a different stove. Chuck bought me a stove back, I guess, before Thanksgiving. And it's different from my other stove that I had. This one has the little insert in the middle, and your pot has to push that down for the heat to stay on. Well, these, my pot has a little cutout where that little round circle is. I didn't realize that whenever, because I went with Chuck to buy the stove. He paid for it, but I went with him, and I picked it out. I didn't have a lot of choices because I wanted electric with the grates on top. And so now that little circle in the middle, this is a, what stove, what kind of stove is this? Is a GE. My oven was what was it? It was Sears. Kenmore, that's what it was. So now what I done, I moved my boiler just now over to where the solid part of my boiler would be pressing on that little thing here. I'll show you what it is. See that little thing right there? Let me show you. See that little middle? See that little thing? That has to be pushed down for that burner to stay on. After a few minutes, it goes off if it's not pushed down. And my boiler in the middle is cut out. So that I just moved my boiler over to the side. Now my soup is boiling. Now I'll move it over. It'll stay on for a few minutes, but I have to keep turning it around. So it's boiling now. But I want it to boil a few minutes. It smells like, I didn't drop anything. It smells like something burning, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, I want this to boil for a few minutes before I put my cabbage in there. And I may have to add some more chicken broth because, let me see if I can show y'all. See, it's when I put that cabbage in there, it's going to thicken it up. Let me see if I can show y'all. See, but when I put that cabbage in there, it's going to thicken it up. So I don't want it to be too thick. It's going to have probably going to have some more broth in it. And I don't have any more beef broth. Y'all all know me. If I run out of something, I substitute. So if I need some more broth, I'm going to have to put chicken broth in it, which is not going to hurt. It's just seasoning. The cabbage will cook quicker than these carrots and those onions and bell peppers. I want all of that to marinate and get all them flavors in there before I add that cabbage, because cabbage cooks very quickly. I did not chop up the whole head. It was a small head of cabbage, but after I finish this video and get that done, I'm going to cook this cabbage in some bacon and just have cabbage. I love cabbage. Chuck doesn't. And he's going to be my biggest person to help me eat this. So I'm not putting a lot of cabbage in this. I mean, I am putting a lot. This is probably 4 to 6 cups of cabbage, chopped up cabbage. You chop it into about 1 inch squares. You don't want to shred it, because cabbage cooks and it shrinks. So I cut this up in about 1 inch squares. So I'm going to get a fork and see how my carrots are coming along. Right. Put this out of the way. I'm going to cut me a carrot. Put me a carrot in. I'm going to pick up me a. I cut these in real small pieces so it wouldn't take long. That carrot is almost done. So, there's always a way to speed up your cooking. Soup, I normally cook for a couple of hours at least. And I may cook this longer, but I think by me cutting those vegetables up so small, I think it's going to be just fine. Oh, it looks good too. See, it's mostly onions, tomatoes, and bell and peppers, and it's good for you. It really is good for you. I'm gonna let that cook, boil just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna drop this in there. I think I'm gonna taste it. Let me get a spoon and taste it and see if it needs any more spices in it. That is good. That is so good. Does not need any more salt or spices. It is delicious. Of course, cabbage is going to soak up some of the salt, but that is delicious. I think I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm not going to measure this. I'm just going to pick up handfuls. That's not quite a cup. My hand's not, but I'm just going to put this in here. That's 2. That's probably 3, and now I'm going to stir it and see if I want to put anything in there. You know, when you cut your cabbage up, be sure to separate it, you know. I may not put no more cabbage in there because I want it to be soup, and I don't want so much soup that I'm not going to be able to eat it. I might put one more handful in it. Let me show y'all. So I'm gonna I'll put one more handful, but that's all. You be your own judge about how much cabbage you put in there. If you want a lot of cabbage, then you're gonna have to put some more broth. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it like that because, and then I'm gonna turn this burner down to medium. Put the lid on it. And I'm going to cook it for a few minutes. It doesn't take long. It won't take long for that cabbage to get done. I used to think you had to cook cabbage for a long time, but you don't. It cooks pretty fast. And my husband, he loved cabbage. So I did cook cabbage quite a bit whenever he was alive. Now Chuck, he does not care for cabbage. He will eat it. But that's just one of the things. That and broccoli, Chuck really doesn't care for that much. But he's good. Chuck is just like my husband about eating whatever I cook. They would eat. They never complained. They would eat it. I didn't even know that y'all didn't like broccoli for years, or cabbage, either one, because he never told me. He never said it. But you know, it's good. I've seen families where the husband just would not eat what the wife cooked. And I mean, I knew someone very, very close in the family that was that way. And to me, that's so disrespectful of the wife. I'm not talking about just a certain food. I'm talking about almost everything she cooked. He'd sit down at the table and he would, he'd say, "Is this what we got?" And he would get on his phone and call and order him a takeout. And that, to me, that's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. But anyway, my men folks wasn't like that. Now my girls, they was a lot more picky. And I did know what they liked and didn't like, so I would try to cater to what they liked, and that's what I would cook or fix, you know. But Bobby, it didn't, him and Chuck, whatever I cooked was fine with them. So, now, on the more on the sear side, y'all probably all seen my post about my granddaughter. That's Carla's oldest daughter. Her husband has stomach cancer, and it went into his liver. And most of you probably know the story, but some of you may not. But this happened about a year ago. I put a post on my page, and I think my sister Linda put it on PinkyMa's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. The post that Ryan posted yesterday. It was very heartwarming. Precious soul. He's only 36 years old, and he's been dealing with this cancer now since, I think, March of last year. And it was so big the cancer in his stomach was so large until they could not do surgery. So he went through several procedures, and it shrunk down enough that they can do that. And two, they did something to kill part of his liver, half of his liver is what they said, so that it would regrow back. And when he went back for the results from that, it was a good outcome. The doctor said it was much better than what they expected. It was 50% dead, whereas they said that it would be good if it was 20%. So the Lord has really kept his hand on him and performed miracles for him, and he knows it's God. And but this morning he went into surgery, was supposed to. I haven't actually heard from Mindy this morning. This is going on in Oklahoma City. And this morning he was supposed to go into surgery at 7:30. So I will give y'all some updates when I get them. But this is what he was told before the surgery. He would be in ICU for a week. Then he would be transferred to a regular bed, and he would be up there for a week. And it all depends on his progress and all that. And he won't be able to eat any food for, and I won't say because it's months that Mindy will have to feed him. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a feeding tube or what. But anyway, it's a process. But you and I all know that God is able to be in that surgery room with him and take care of everything and make sure they get all that dead liver out and not leave any cancer in his stomach. God is able to make it a lot better and a lot better recovery than what they are expecting, because they said it was a very, very painful recovery. But you know what? We all know a God that can bypass all that difficulty and make him so much better and whole again. So anyway, I had to tell y'all that. I told Carla, I said, if I wasn't videoing, I'd be praying all morning long. But his surgery is what they told him would be 8 to 10 hours. So he will actually, it's going to be a long process surgery. So when you pray for Ryan, but also pray for Mindy and little Rylan, their son. They have one son. So I appreciate y'all's prayers, because I know that y'all have been praying for them. And y'all even contributed to the GoFundMe. And you know what? If it wasn't for that GoFundMe, oh my goodness, I can't imagine how much stress that Mindy and Ryan was going to be in. They stayed in a hotel last night, and I asked her, I said, Mindy, are you going to stay in a hotel while he's in the hospital? She said, oh no, Mama. She said, I'm going to, they have a recliner in the IC unit, and she said, I will stay up there and sleep in that. I don't care how much money that child has. I don't care how much donations. That child is so frugal. She will not spend any money that she don't absolutely have to, because she don't know what the outcome of it is going to be. She don't know how long the road and how many times, how many more trips she's got to go to Oklahoma and everything. So I'm telling y'all, she appreciates it, him and her both. I can't even tell you how much she appreciates all y'all's donations. And I had planned on going up there and being with her during the surgery. But Mindy she's a nervous person, and she said she would probably be better off if we didn't have a lot of people. Now his parents is going to be up there, but she said she would feel like that she would have to entertain us if we were there. So I didn't go, and truthfully, after the weather turned out like it did, I couldn't have went anyway. I just would not have driven in this weather. I just wouldn't have done it. And Chuck, he volunteered. He said, Mama, I'll drive you. I'll take you. But I'm a little nervous. I'm not as nervous passenger rider as my sister Linda, but in this rain and somebody else driving, I would probably be just as nervous as a passenger as I would be if I was driving. So I elected to stay at home and pray from here. So, anyway, I have something else I want to tell y'all. We're UPC Pentecostals, and Cheryl Carter is over the singles conference, and this singles conference has been going on for 17 years that she has been over it. Well, she's having a 17th anniversary singles conference. This is not a place where you go to find a spouse. This is a place where you can get fed from the Lord in your situation. There'll be several different ministers speaking at this conference. It will be one over the singles, the young singles. There'll be a speaker, and then there'll be a speaker for the widows, and then there'll be a speaker for the divorced singles. So if any of y'all are interested, just go on the website, UPC Annual Singles Conference, and you will get the information. You have to register there, and if y'all are interested, text my private number, and I will give you that information or send it to you. I haven't registered yet, but I'm seriously thinking about it. Sister Carter, Sister Carter preached for us Sunday, and she came running over to me. She said, "Oh, Sister Lumen, you just got to come to this conference." I had been to her singles before, but I hadn't been in a long time. And I told her that I'd think about it. But she said she really wanted me to come. And there's some good speakers going to be there. I'm telling you, it's just about done. And I hadn't been on here 30 minutes. So y'all, I'm going to, of course, this can cook and cook and cook. But just as long as that cabbage is done, it'll be done. So I have been trying all kind of recipes, and a couple of days ago, and even yesterday too, I thought, why are you cooking? Why are you doing all this whenever you cook on videos? And I even thought about getting on video and cooking it, but I wanted to try it first after my cake didn't get done the other day. It kind of was embarrassing. I mean, it didn't upset me, but it was embarrassing. I made a cake in a mug. Oh, that was a mistake, because that thing was so good. I eat half of it. It's a cake in a mug, and you would think that it would be for one person, but let me tell you something. It would make 3 desserts for me, because it's very rich. But I may do a little short clip, because it doesn't take 2 minutes to make it. So I may do a small clip on that and show you, for all y'all that likes a little dessert and you don't want to make a whole one. I'm telling you, this is a great one. So I probably will get on the camera and show y'all that one day. When it's this kind of weather, I don't know about y'all, but I like to cook. I guess it's because I know I can't get out, and I just like to cook. It's not cold. It's 58 degrees here, but that rain, I just don't want to get out in it. Okay, I think this. Let me pull a piece of that cabbage out and see if I think it's done. I think it is, but I want to be sure. I got a piece of cabbage that's a little tougher. You know, you cut your core out of the cabbage. I'm assuming y'all know how to cut a cabbage. When you cut a cabbage, you cut that center core out. You don't cook that center core. So I'm gonna see. I've tried to pick out one of the thick pieces of cabbage so I can see if it's done. Let's see. It's still got a little crunch, but it's just about there. Just about there. And that was for what I did here was perfect on the liquids. But I had 2 more cans of crushed tomatoes in here just in case that it wasn't. But this is perfect. The cabbage, I'm gonna give it about 5 more minutes, and then I'll dish it up and show y'all. I can't, let's see here. I don't know. I have 2 different cameras. So somebody said you can only see me through 1 camera. Yes, if you're on Facebook, that's the only camera you're going to see. If you're on YouTube channel, PinkyMa's Kitchen, that's the only camera you're going to see. So you won't see both cameras unless you're on YouTube. I don't understand how this works. When I get through doing the video, I will go in and see if it's uploaded to YouTube. May not be uploaded. You may only be able to see this video on PinkyMa's Kitchen YouTube only during the live. So what I'm thinking will happen is that on the YouTube channel, you can only see it live while I'm doing the video, and then when I end the video, I think what we'll have to do is little Linda will have to upload it and put it on our YouTube channel. Now, I don't know if that's the way it works. I do not know. All I know is that that it's live on YouTube because I see followers talking on it. Let me see if I can see. Okay. Somebody's welcomed me back to YouTube. Yes, so they're seeing it on YouTube, and that's what I wanted to know. I just don't know if you'll be able to go back and replay it until we get it uploaded to our YouTube channel. So that's the way it is. If you watch us on Facebook, then you can only during the lives you can only see us on Facebook. If you're watching it on PinkyMa's Kitchen on YouTube, you can only see it on that channel. So it's something new to us, but we want to build our followers. So you that's on PinkyMa's Kitchen on YouTube, please go and share and follow and share it with your friends, and because we need to build our followers and subscribers on YouTube. And the only way that you're going to do that is for you to share and follow, and we get more people. So we're trying this. Hopefully it's going to work. If it does, then YouTube followers are going to see all of our videos. If this works, then we're going to continue it because we want you YouTube followers to be able to see our videos. So anyway, get the word out, and like I said, I'm not sure that you're going to be able to go back and replay it. When this is over, I will go back and try to answer your comments on YouTube. You can make your comments, and I'll try to go back and answer if it's on there. This is all new. This is all new to me, and Linda and I and Carla, we've all been wanting to do this, but we didn't know if it would work. And I said, well, I'm going to try it. So I don't know what it's going to do after we get off, but I do appreciate all you YouTube followers. And we've had a standstill at 20,000 for 2 years. We need to build our subscribers on YouTube. And I know that we will get some new followers if we will continue to be on YouTube. You can watch us on either place. We don't want to lose your followers. It's on PinkyMa's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. We want some new subscribers. We want you on both. So anyway, I'm going to get me a bowl, and I'm going to dip me up some cabbage soup. I guess I might should have got a little shallow bowl. I guess I put it in this bowl. Let me get this lid off. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like in the pot. I hope I don't forget to take a picture of it, but you know me, sometimes I do forget. I don't think you YouTube followers can see it, so I'm gonna try my best to show it to you. See, isn't that pretty? Let me see? It's perfect thickness, perfect. So I wish that I could read your comments at the same time, but I can't. So I'm gonna turn this burner on a little bit lower because I'm gonna continue to cook it some, but it is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and dish me up a bowl. Let me see here. I'm gonna ooh, that looks good. Give me a little bit more soup. See? And I'm gonna cut me some cornbread. Cut my cornbread. Cut this cornbread. I like the corn a piece. Everybody cuts their cornbread different, but I like the outside crust, so I usually cut my cornbread this way. How do y'all cut y'all's cornbread? Do you do it in pie shape, or do you do it like this? I like that outer edge. So that's what I like, that all that crunch. Now I'm not sure. Let me see here if I can. I'm not. Let me. Well, I'll tell you what. So that I'm gonna turn the burner off just until I get through, because I want y'all to be able to see. This is going to be really hot, so I don't want to. I'm not going to take a bite of it and burn my mouth. But the carrots are done. Yep, carrots, it's all done. And when this cools off, after I get through finished cooking it, and it cools off, you can put it in containers and put it in an airtight container and put it in your refrigerator, and it's good for a while. If you want some meat in it, what I put in this, if I was going to put some meat in this, would be sausage, like Italian sausage. If you wanted some meat in it, that's what I do. But that's about the only kind of meat I would personally would like in it. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. Thank you, Jesus. But I sure don't want to burn my mouth. That is so good. I seen one of our followers picture of what she cooked last night. Susan, you know who you are. She put a picture of some boiled cabbage with a slice of cornbread. I said, oh my goodness, that looks so good. So I will be making me some cabbage later on today, just cabbage with my cornbread. But I wanted to make this cabbage soup. Now, if you want to try to lose some weight, you can use this same recipe, but put you some more hot peppers in it. And you eat it 3 times a day, and you will lose some weight. But right now, it's for any and everybody. It's delicious, very good seasonings. It's all them onions and all them bell peppers and the spices. It just made a delicious soup. So thank y'all for following me. Thank you for getting on YouTube. And you will know, you'll know in a little while if you can go back and replay it. I'm not sure you can until we get it uploaded. But anyway, you got to see it live today. And I thank y'all for joining us. I thank y'all for joining me on PinkyMa's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy and PinkyMa's Kitchen YouTube. Y'all have a blessed day. If it's raining y'all's way, please be careful if you have to get out. And if it's cold, don't get icy. Just be careful, take caution, and try to stay warm. And don't forget to count your blessings. We have so many blessings every day. God is so good to us. And if you're interested in the singles conference, text my personal phone. And to do that, you go to my personal page, Mary Lumen, and you will find or actually PinkyMa's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy has my telephone number on it. You have to scroll down. I think Linda's is the only one that you can see, but if you'll scroll on down to about and hit on about, it gives gives information on my telephone number. So thank y'all so much for joining me. Have a blessed day. Love y'all. Appreciate you so very, very much. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Y'all gonna probably see me for a few minutes. Hi, Julie. Because I'm not really sure how to end this other than just to get out of it. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?